flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The town clerk call us to order.
Councilwoman Green,
Present.
Councilwoman Shane. Here. Councilman Hoyt,
Here.
Councilman McCluskey is absent this evening. Supervisor Dunn.
Here. All right, we have the review and approval of the minutes from the town board meeting of June 10th. I'd like to make a motion to approve the town clerk's minutes. May I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Holcomb.
Approving minutes?
No? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. For reports and remittances from department heads and town committees, the financial reports were prepared by the bookkeeper and forwarded to the town board, and they're available on the website as well. One thing I'd like to mention this evening is a few meetings back,
There's this air conditioner sometimes.
so louder, way louder, okay. I wouldn't shut it off. Is that, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. The board members had suggested that maybe we could have a more aggressive investment rate of interest that we're getting with our money market account. So I discussed it with the bank in the beginning of April, and we moved from 0.2% to 3.02% on our money that we have in the bank on hand. So since the middle of April, the interest earned has gone from approximately $400 a month to $5,500 a month, $5,500. So we're just over $14,000 in interest earned on our money market today. And of course, if the board has suggestions for more aggressive than that, we can certainly discuss it, but that was an easy move with Pioneer Bank. They're our depository. So I'd just like to let the public know that our money's being a little bit more aggressively invested. All right, that's what I have. So town clerk?
Town clerk fees was $233, planning board was $150, trash recycle brought in $3,572, building permits brought in $500. Total revenue for the month was $4,555.54. After paying NCON, Department of Health and Agri Markets, the check that went to the supervisor was $4,455.58.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the town clerk's report. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Councilwoman Green,
Yes.
Councilwoman Shane,
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt,
Yes.
Supervisor Thunder.
Yes. Anything else, Vicki?
No.
Town clerk? All right. Highway superintendent?
Not too much different, just grading roads, putting a lot of gravel down. Everybody that lives on a town road has got to see piles of it. The guys are doing a phenomenal job, as they always do. Couple of stuck culverts, Brunswick, luckily we're good friends with them. They come up with their vacuum truck. We got the catch basin cleaning the culverts. We've been digging out and flushing a few culverts. Mowing. Luckily the tractor's got air conditioning in it, so you guys can keep mowing, doing that. Other than that, we're going to start prepping to get some of the roads paved, and there's really, the guys are just killing it. They always do. The crew's awesome, and anybody who lives on a town road knows that we got an awesome crew. So other than that, nothing really out of the ordinary for this time of year.
All right, thank you, Jared. I don't see a report from the assessor. No? Okay. Buildings and Code Enforcement Officer, Tom is ill this evening, not here, but he said there's 37 permits out to date, and that was his information he wanted us to have for this evening.
We have a meeting on Monday night with the assessor.
We do. I was going to announce that at meetings at the end,
Sorry.
but that's all right. Councilwoman Green has reminded me to announce that on Monday, we have a workshop with the town assessor to go over the possibility of conducting a reval for the town. So that will be the topic. That's Monday at 6 o'clock, a week from tonight. And we'll announce that again at the end. The rescue squad?
Well, Andrea couldn't make it, so she tapped me to do this. So, we had 24 calls, we did 109 hours, we traveled 570 miles, transported 9, 1 RMA, 6 calls canceled, 2 no patients found, 1 no crew, 1 standby. We had 11 alphas, 6 bravos, 3 charlies, 2 delta, 0 echo, 2 fire. Mutual aid given to Pittstown and 2 times to Pittstown, 1 time to Poseville. Received mutual aid 2 times from Mohawk, 3 times from Petersburg when we were out of service for ambulance repairs. We transported Samaritan 4 times, VA 3 times, St. Peter's, and Only Med, Peach 1 time each, and the ambulance is back in service. And she also wanted me to say that there's the CPR class coming August 13th at 6 p.m. and it's limited to 15 people, and I think Ray is talking. That's what I was told.
You think Ray Dwyer, yes. 6 to 8 on August 13th. It's a
Yes, and it's
Tuesday.
limited to 15.
15 people,
Yep.
yes.
Where is it gonna be held?
Here.
That I'm not 100%
If
sure.
it's a Tuesday night, there's
Okay. Jeremy, Tuesday night there's court, so we have to rethink that.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll
find a
let Ray
different
know.
location maybe.
Yeah, maybe we can move it to the VFW or
There you
something.
go, thank you, sir.
Or the library,
Senior
maybe.
center.
Right. The library's nice, okay. But this, we talked about this as a means to have the community get involved with the rescue squad and know their members, but also to offer it as a service for just baseline CPR, initial rescue type stuff. And then from that, we'll gauge interest in people that would want to actually be certified. So we'd hold a more intense course down the road with actual certification available. So that's the purpose of that.
Will you be CPR certified at the end of this?
You won't be after the 13th. This is, the 13th is just to introduce the concepts, the basics, and find out who would like to go further and actually be certified. Thank you.
Thank you,
Jeremy. Dog control officer?
No calls for the month.
No calls?
The youth program director. Hello.
Hello.
Happy day.
Yeah, today was the first day and I'm here, so that's pretty good. It went really well. All of the counselors were needed, I think, and they did a great job. Nobody complained. The kids were having fun. It was a great day, so. The food program worked out well. We actually only had 4 left over, which I didn't think that would happen. So I was able to send a couple extra home for the little sister, of the, those kinds of things. The snack in the afternoon worked out well, again, with the Rensselaer food program for the campers. They needed it after a day like today, so hot and all that stuff. I can't remember, so the total number of campers signed up was 31. 21 showed up today. The 10 that didn't show, most of them are going to be like off and on, they have vacation or stuff like that. And Grafton was great, had the program tent set up for us. And thank you to Tom, I know he's not here tonight, but he got everything ready like he said he would in the Roxborough Holdings, the kindergarten room and the gym. I was able to clean that, get it all organized. Jared brought the tables over, they're all set up, cleaned up, and we're all set for any kind of rainy day. And then the last 3 weeks will be in that space. I'm really looking forward to hearing about the bottle money that's been collected, how much. I shared with the parents that we will be using that money specifically for the field trips. And they were really excited about that. And there are 6 total that are non-Grafton residents, 4 from Petersburg, 2 from Melrose, and 1 from Pittstown. And I don't know what else.
What's your age range, ballpark?
Age is, the youngest is 5. They're 5 and then 13. Yeah. But they finished kindergarten.
Yes.
So that was
Yeah, that was
really
our
important.
criteria.
Yes.
Yeah, just put that out there. And yeah, and everybody had fun. I mean, they did all sorts of things, swam all day. They did the lesson, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. So the swim lesson went off without a hitch. Almost everybody except for 1, so 20 campers took part in the Learn to Swim program through Grafton Lake State Park, which is really important. And they loved it. So, and we went to, we filled in the rest.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Nice job.
Great to hear.
Okay, the Recreation Committee.
Okay, we've got the festival coming up, which the Recreation Committee is gonna be giving out water to anybody that wants water at the festival. Depending on how hot or how cold it is, depends on how much we're gonna buy. And then August 9th is Molly Durham at the State Park. It's family friendly. We're gonna have a food truck and an ice cream truck. There's basketball, baseball, whatever the kids wanna play. So we're hoping to get a nice crowd and have a really good family fun time.
Great.
And
Thank
that's
you.
at 6 o'clock.
6 to 8.
Thank you.
Okay,
It's a
thank you.
nice night.
Yes. All right, the library.
So the statistics for June, 771 hard copy books checked out, 332 ebooks. People hear me? Patron visits 318 adults, 53 children, 21 teens, and program attendance preschool 16, after school 36. The book that you talked about, Martin Luther King, there's 17 books in the Upper Hudson system on 36 libraries. So if anybody wants to borrow it, it's easy to get. There's no holds on it. We have it on display at the library with the two pages that we're going to be highlighted. So clipped, so they don't have, because the book is like this thick.
Yeah.
So I clipped those pages.
Great.
On Saturday, we're doing the birdhouse, building the birdhouse, so we need to promote that. Right now, we've only got a few people signed up. And I think that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leanna. Run for the Roses will be before our next meeting, right? Our next meeting is August 12th, so Run for the Roses is
Yeah,
Sunday the
August
11th.
11th, yeah.
Right, okay.
So, pretty much all the sponsors are in, and we've already got 60 people signed up to do the race.
Great.
Which is a little ahead of what we had this time last year. Electronic registration is working a lot better than the old-fashioned meeting.
Right.
So,
Right,
yeah,
great.
brochures are out, there's some in the back.
Okay. Thank you, Leanna. Grafton Lake State Park, I know they've sent us their email of activities for July, and I know Vicky's posted the link or even the hard copy of it. So they've got July programming that they've announced. Senior citizen representative, we have Diane Payne.
Our monthly meeting is tomorrow morning at 10:30. June 11th, there was entertainment, will be sponsored by the group. June 12th, Joanne Macario from Linus Project was there, brought supplies, and some of us helped make a couple of blankets to donate to the project. Anyone interested in donating, look up Linus Project look up their website or stop in at the center and ask us. You don't have to be an active member of the center to become involved and donate to Linus Project. Just look them up and see what they're all about. So I don't have anything else except to say thank you again for the town of Grafton for their support.
Thanks, Diana. Thank you. Thanks very much.
This is the flyer for the Run for Roses, and this is another flyer that we did that lists kind of all the activities that are going on in Grafton, including the town ones and the Lead Library ones.
Thank you. All right, the Merrymakers.
Merrymakers is going good, going strong. We did not have our June meeting at the senior center. We had it up to Dyken Pond, where Pierce and his son were our hosts and were very good and gave us a lot of information about Dyken Pond itself and things about Grafton in that area, so we learned a lot. Everybody had a very good time. Some people took canoe out, others took kayaks out, others just sat and talked and visited and had, like I said, a very, very good time. And we're looking forward to definitely doing that again next year.
Yes.
And it was a perfect day. Weather was perfect, it wasn't buggy, it was just beautiful. So we
Cookies and
definitely want to do
desserts
that
were
again.
great.
Huh?
Cookies and desserts were great.
They were, weren't they? And I did, the cookies were made by Alicia Minkler, and definitely gave her the kudos that everybody really liked them.
Very good.
Good at it.
And then somebody else had made a dessert too that was very good. But other than that, we have our October bus trip to Racket Lake, where it's like a fall foliage bus trip, lunch and serve. The cost is $50, which covers basically the cost of the boat trip itself. We're hoping the colors will be good for us and the day will be nice, but it's October 2nd. If anybody wants to reserve a spot, just give me a call. It's been in the paper, the Eastwood Press a lot, my number's in there, so if you're interested in going, just give a shout out and I'll put you on the list.
When is your next Merrymakers meeting?
It will be Wednesday,
Wednesday night?
this Wednesday, this week. And that will be held at the Everett Senior Center.
Great. Okay, thank you,
And,
Kathy.
and Pierce, I just wanna ask you, please thank Josh Polito, who took care of us dragging kayaks and dragging canoes, and he was wonderful.
Yes, I will pass that along.
Please,
Sure, thank you.
thank you.
All right, and we also have Nels Darling here this evening for the veterans.
Okay, I just went to Stripes today and picked up 6 banners that we had to have redone. And Linda informed me that she's giving us a check for replacing the 3 that are poster named. They have Garner, Hetman, and Smith. And there's a Vietnam vet that was killed. She's trying to locate a picture, so we do a banner for him. Other than that, I guess
Right.
that's it.
Okay, and the forms for the replacement banners or new banners, if a family desires to purchase a banner that they haven't had before, are out here in the lobby, in the brochure rack, and Vicki also has it online. It can be downloaded and printed. And it's pretty much self-explanatory how you get the information to Nels and have the banners made. So, good.
Thank you, Nelson.
Welcome.
Can I put a quick plug in for the Historical Society meeting tomorrow, or Wednesday night?
Sure.
Meetings at 7, very short meeting with a program after. It's finding your Irish ancestors and other genealogy questions. The Lisa Doherty has been here before a few years ago, and she's very, very helpful. If you're looking up anything, she'll help you with websites and how to do everything about it.
Okay, when is that program?
This Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, 17th.
Wednesday, oh, a week from Wednesday.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so a week from Wednesday, July 17th, the historical,
Yeah, right here,
17th,
the third Wednesday.
right? 17th, yes, okay. Wednesday the 17th, here at the town hall. Right, exactly. Finding your Irish ancestors for the Historical Society. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
All right, Laura's
Have
gonna
a
split.
great rest of the week.
Okay, take care.
Yeah, I cannot bet you.
She's tired.
That's,
Big day.
I'm sure.
Thank you for that. Thank you, yes.
I have this on the veterans, do you want me to hold that or can I just, because I talked to Lenny Klaus.
Okay.
And he just, because he was gonna come to the meeting last month with Nelson, and he just wanted to know, the banners, the family members wanted to order them. And also, the VFW is in need of members, so anybody that was served in a foreign war, they would be happy to have you as a member. And then old flag collection is another thing that he, any old flags that need to be destroyed, he would like them to be given to a VFW veteran member. Or if it could be, if we could maybe set up a couple of drop boxes for them somewhere. They used to drop them off at the VFW maybe, years ago.
And we used to take them to the recycling center and give them to Jim.
But
Yeah, we have a ceremony.
Right, and then they're destroyed properly.
Right.
And that's, Lenny just wanted to let us know. So we didn't know if we could put like a box here at the town
Is
hall.
that something he would get the box and do, or?
He
is
would
it
take
something-
the, yeah, he would do a box or whatever. And then we could just collect them and then they would be destroyed properly.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't know which place, at the recycling center or at the town hall, that, I don't know where would be the best place, but I told him that I would mention it.
Okay, thank you for
Because
that.
he was gonna come last month with Nelson and he ended up working late or something.
Right, Councilwoman Green's referring to Len Klaus, who's an active member of the Vets.
He's the
Rensselaer
commander,
County,
correct?
Is he your commander now?
Yeah.
He's the commander.
Okay. He's also asked for permission through a different venue to have a booth at the town festival on July 20th to have poppies for people that are there, and also to have flags, a box for there too on July 20th. So they'll be represented. So, good, great.
Also, one thing I was gonna say is, well, this would be for Jared, if any of the brackets are damaged or need to be replaced, I'd like to know all that, I'll pick up on
We got plenty, don't worry. We got
Okay.
you covered.
Okay. All right, communications received? No? All right, for new business then, we have paving of town property, for which we have some estimates.
Yeah, I met with 4 companies, we got 3 estimates back so far. Just to at least see where we're at as far as what it would cost to do this facility. And not saying we should act on it this month, it's a big number to swallow, but at least we know where we're at. And especially since Tom's not here, we probably should just table it for next meeting. And that'll give the 4th company a chance to get back at us as well. You know, they're just busy and I'm sure they just haven't had a chance. I met with them, walked around with all of them to make sure everybody was on the same page as far as measuring, and so the estimates are all, they all have the same measurements. Jeremy and I painted everything out, and so at least it was comparing apples to apples. So probably we should just table that until next month. At least we got some numbers, we get a rough idea of where we're at, you know, what it's gonna cost to do the whole place.
Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, thanks for putting the work in on that, so we do have some to consider and there'll be more coming.
Yeah.
Right, more estimates coming, okay. Okay, all right, we already went over the CPR training for Grafton residents, it's going to be on the 13th of August, venue to be determined from 6 to 8 p.m. Okay, under old business, the security camera installation, I'm gonna ask Councilwoman Green to address this.
We had 4 security cameras installed on the highway department building. And then they face the two driveways, there's one in the rear, and then there's one that covers the recycling center. There will be one more put in. There's one that doesn't, it's not effective at night. It must be the light outside is blocking the camera from working in the evening, so that one will be addressed. They should be, I probably, by the end of the week, he'll come and fix it. I think they covered a lot, the important territory with the 4 cameras, and they did a quick install. They're very professional and easy to work with.
Very nice, high resolution pictures are very nice, very, they show everything we need to see out there, with the exception of the camera. So thank you for working on that, thank you very much. Okay, the wind damage claim for the Everett Wager Senior Center, as I mentioned before, that's covered by Rensselaer County. There's a $1,000 deductible, but that's their problem as well, I should say problem. The gentleman that gave us the estimate to fix the damages is backed up with summer work, but he's got it on his agenda to get done later toward end of summer, beginning of fall. For the live stream and online archive of town meetings, we reached out, as we spoke at our last meeting, we reached out to Town Hall Streams. They do offer a free trial period. What he'd like to do is come and get some measurements and find out for certain if they can run the cable for the internet box through the ceiling. It would be a camera mounted in the ceiling and then 1 or 2 ceiling mounted microphones. There's approximately a $500 installation nut to crack right off the bat, and then the price is $250 per month if we sign up. But that and that covers up to 4 meetings a month. So they're looking to get, before they make any moves with the free trial, they're looking to get a consensus of the board that we're for it and want to do it. So that's just basically an update to where we stand with it right now. I think we should probably wait for Tom to be here before we pull the trigger on that. I spoke with Supervisor of East Greenbush and watched a few of his meetings. I would recommend the public watch them as well. Very professional, comprehensive, you hear what everybody's saying, very high resolution, so it seems like a great reputable company. Okay, Carter Edmund Smith and Hammond Veterans Banners, we touched on this earlier. I actually have a check for Mr. Darling tonight for the Carter Edmund Smith, to get those replaced. They already have those templates on file, so it's a quick turnaround, right? You got your brothers and yours?
Yeah, it was, they said a week, in fact, I would have had them sooner, except his mother died.
Right. So, okay, so we should have those coming shortly. The emergency alarm system at the town hall. You know, we have 1 quote? We have two quotes? The Center for Security
And ITZ.
The purpose of this is, it was determined actually a few years ago that when any sort of alarm goes off in here, a secure alarm, security alarm, it is only here. So it doesn't dispatch to the firehouse, it doesn't go to 911. So this is to get everything up to speed. In fact, do you want to address it?
It's just the devices they don't go anywhere. So if the building's on fire, if the fire alarm system that's in here now is, if they go off and there's nobody here, it doesn't go anywhere. So it would be replacing all of the existing fire alarm systems, and it will be hooked into a monitoring system. Because the fire alarm board out there has been in trouble forever, that I can remember. So it would replace, and it would do the rescue squad also, because that's an attached building, so it would be included in it. The total that we got from ITZ Security, that was $11,850, and it's $60 a month for monitoring. And then we got Center for Security, and their quote came in for $9,895. And Theirs is $49 monthly monitoring, which if we changed our security pad that we have and they monitored both, it would save $13 a month. And it would be an extra $295 to put in a new security pad. So it would be communicated, right?
One more, are you looking for another vendor?
I have ADT, but I haven't set a time to meet with them to do a quote.
Right, okay. There's also another one in Latham, International Business Systems. And they actually came out in 2021 and looked over the system. So they, if you're looking for another quote, yes. Oh, he's awesome. Tom Walsh is very good. Okay, so that's a project that we're working on. The Rensselaer County Hazard Mitigation Plan update, they're still having meetings and gathering information from communities, putting things together. There's no fresh meetings that they've announced. This is a long process. It usually takes about 6 to 8 months to put together every 5 years, so I'm still working on that with them. And then we have drug testing as old business.
Which I worked on that a while, but I guess Jared has signed a contract with the former company that we had.
Well, they're not former, that's what we've been used for 10 years, so it's not a problem. We had one of the guys tested 2 weeks ago. I threw him in the truck, said let's go. Obviously he come back fine like all the guys and myself would. But we've been dealing with them for over 10 years. They're on county bid. They're super great to deal with. She's super nice. She was away with her daughter's graduation for college, so that's why she wasn't replying to you, but I have her cell number, and she was coming up last week to get all the guys tested, but got in a car wreck on the way to the town of Grafton, so she's alright, car's totaled, but anyways, there's another, she's on her way, obviously I can't say when, but she's on her way to get this put to bed. So that's where we stand with that. It's, so luckily that's that.
Thank you. We're using the same company that we didn't have good service with.
No, it's not good service. She's phenomenal to deal with. So I will respectfully tell you to not deal with my vendors, please.
All right, any other old business? All right, we'll move on to public comment, the privilege of the floor. Public comment is limited to 5 minutes per person. Be mindful, the public comment portion of the meeting is a privilege. All comments and statements shall be directed to the town board. Please refrain from any personal attacks, name calling, or derogatory public comments toward individuals. Okay, who'd like to start? John Munn.
Hi, Rensselaer County is having a hazardous waste cleanup, and the county is making a lot of mileage out of it in the paper by claiming that it's a Rensselaer County event. However, Grafton is excluded.
No.
Grafton's not listed as one of the participating towns.
No, we do participate actively, and we just
Okay.
actually garnered some revenue.
Everything I've read says Grafton's is not one of the listed towns.
Okay.
So, if there's a conflict, I'll eat my words. But no problem. I was curious if that was the case, why Grafton would be excluded. But everything I've read so far does not list Grafton. It lists, I believe, North Greenbush and Nassau, Sand Lake, Bethlehem, and I don't remember what else.
Brunswick on, yes.
Yeah, but Grafton was not listed.
Well, but we're invited to participate along with all the other towns to go to those locations. So there's a registration form online, Vicky posts it every time they have one, and there's a spreadsheet maintained by help me, Ann Shaughnessy, the Environmental Council, yeah. So we definitely actively participate.
Oh yeah, I participated in it last year.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And it went fine, it's just that was held in Brunswick, but I was just curious because I didn't see any reference to Grafton this time around, and why Grafton was omitted.
Okay.
And so I thought, maybe Grafton just is like town or like persona non grata with the
No,
county
no,
administration.
Lots of
I didn't know.
grata, no, we,
Okay.
yeah, we're good.
Alright. And the other thing I'd like to do is compliment the youth program, Laura, for her job well done. I think they are doing just from what she said tonight, that's a great job. I think that is, I just would like to compliment it, come out in public and just make that a public statement.
Right.
Alright, thanks, that's all.
Thank you, thanks, John, thanks very much. Okay. Yes, Linda Labway.
So, just food for thought, I'm not looking for anybody's answer, but I'm curious. Would it be possible for the board to consider maybe something like Petersburg does as far as having a very part-time facilities person that works limited hours a week, and particularly when there's issues that maybe are electrical or heating or roof or ventilation or whatever. Also maybe to include the senior center, but things that maybe need to be done. I know everybody on the board tonight, you all work full-time. So, I know that Petersburg, it seems to work well. It's rather inexpensive for the amount of information that he brings to the table. He actually tracks down the contractors, couple 3 contractors, brings all the information to the board. And then the board isn't leaving work or jumping out of the water or leaving, whatever, to say, oh my God, somebody tripped over the rug because it's 35 years old in the clerk's office. So all the little things, after many, many years, they amount to a lot of work, thousands and thousands of dollars. But to have one person, again, like Petersburg, and maybe a shared service with Petersburg, because he's been doing it for so long, and he has no real association with the town. So it seems that the contractors and whatever it is he goes out and brings in to give quotes is best priced, the best suited for the job. And again, he's bringing this to the board for the board to research and not necessarily have to stop everything they're doing because the air conditioner doesn't work, the heat doesn't work, the toilet's plugged again. Because all you guys have to stop everything you're doing and run and get a plunger. I mean, so, maybe seriously a maintenance guy that's just a jack of all trades, good on the phone, that can pinpoint where an issue is coming from, and he reports to you, it gets voted on, he calls the contractor, and it's all kind of seamless. So no can ever gets kicked down the road, and this entity always stays, in repair.
Right.
And I picked my mother up today after a long, hard card game she was having at the senior center. And the one air conditioner in the very back of the building, I shut off because it had 1.5 inches of ice on it. Now, I don't know what kind of damage that can do, if any, I don't know. But it didn't look good to me, so I shut it off. I didn't want them to leave it running and create a fire. The one in the very front of the building by Route 2 doesn't work at all. So when they have some activities, the yoga or drumming or whatever, they're shutting that one side off, so those folks get a little air. Now, when I went in at 2, the ladies that were there playing cards, they're all women, the sweat's coming off their face. And everybody said the same thing. It's hot in here. So I don't know if anybody's aware that the air conditioners are.
Yeah, Tom has been working on it today. If he was here tonight, he could hit you exactly what's
They're
going
in
on. But
really bad shape.
yeah, Tom,
Yeah.
Tom's been working on it.
Yeah. But like everything else, they're getting old.
Yeah.
Because they look old.
I really like your idea about a facilities person, and I really like the
Yes.
idea about possibly sharing with Petersburg.
And
He's really
I
good.
don't even remember his name, but he's very good and he's very dedicated. And the days that I'm in Petersburg, when they were doing their roof, he was there periodically. He didn't stay and work with them, but he was there to make sure that he got hard hats. Are you there working? So you have that person to oversee, you know, because again, you don't have time to watch over a guy digging a drain. And God knows, I mean, when the toilet went crazy, when we had another little issue, you were there. But maybe you really, you know, do what you do and then have that facilities person and say, guess what? Toilet's plugged.
Great idea, great idea. Thank you. Thank you. Great, who else from the floor? Tonight, Kathy Goyer.
I was wondering, I saw the 2 quotes in the agenda there for the paving out here. Are we using our paver for that?
No, we don't have to prove for that, that's a huge job.
Why did we buy a paver?
We put dirt down with it, not paved. It
Huh, I can't hear you.
doesn't even really work for blacktop, it puts dirt down. So,
Have we used that thing since we bought it?
not really.
Like, why did we buy it then?
We'll use it.
We'll use it eventually.
If we didn't buy it, it would've went to the wayside, so.
Well,
Yeah, well,
our money.
I get that. We'll absolutely use it. I didn't buy it to look at it because it's pretty. I just,
Well, it's been sitting there for a while, so I was just wondering, and another thing is, we do have a truck on order, right?
yeah.
How are we paying for that truck?
Well, we got 3 ways to pay for it. We can finance it, which is already in the budget. We could use the highway fund balance, or we could use the general fund balance.
But we have it ordered, so I would assume we already figured out how we're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, I just told you.
You haven't decided which way you're gonna pay for it?
That usually depends on the finance rates. Everybody sees they're all over the place. So, it's a year and a half from now, so does it make more sense to finance it or just write a check? So, since we have a few different options, it was straight up just, let's see what the finance rates are. Generally, we finance them. So, if the finance rates go back down, we've all seen the finance rates go up and down over the last year that have gone crazy. So maybe it'll be 2%, makes no sense to just pay for it. But if it's 8%, we'll write a check.
So the truck is on order, but the company doesn't know how it's getting its money from us.
They never do. They don't know how they're getting it from any town, the town's order.
Okay, well, and that kind of amazes me, like if we were to have something absolutely drastic happen
Yeah.
in the town, and we've got this truck coming. I guess it just amazes me, why would we buy something if we're not positive how we're gonna pay for it? I mean, if we had said,
I'm positive we got the money, that's not an option, that's positive we absolutely have the money. And it's in the budget to make payments on it. So, the nice part is we have options, we're not backed into a corner like some towns are. So I don't see what the problem is when we have options on how the best way to pay for something. We're fortunate, we have multiple ways to do it.
well, yeah, we're fortunate now, I just hope we're still fortunate when it comes, but I guess it just doesn't make sense to me to buy something if you don't know how you're gonna pay for it. But-
I just told you how we're paying for it, Kathy.
No, you told me 3 ways, but not exactly how you're gonna pay for it. But we'll see when it comes, I guess.
Yes, okay. All right, anyone else from the floor tonight? Pat Bush.
Hi, I just had a question. A few meetings ago, I think a town resident sent a letter in about crosswalks.
Yes.
Here. Oh, was you?
I
I was wondering whatever happened.
Dominic, Pat.
I just wonder whatever happened, because we didn't hear anything more.
What we've discovered is it's completely up to us,
remember
how
that.
it happens. Or it's-
Right.
We can lay down those crosswalks, you just have to let DOT know we're doing it. We talked about lighting, proper lighting for it. I think it's going to become a budget item for the next year's budget, for 2025. We'll get some specs on the best way to do them. We talked location, one where we're down by the library, and then maybe the store. Neck of the woods. Sidewalks are a little bit trickier. Yeah, sidewalks are a little bit trickier right in the village, but the crosswalks, we can definitely do that. so.
The other thing was, discussing a maintenance person, cause everybody on the board works, and wouldn't that be kind of the same thing to have somebody part-time here when other people can't be here at town hall? To have somebody here answering the phones and doing things?
Oh, good lord.
That would be the same exact thing that, you know, so it's like on the same line, so nobody has to be interrupted from their jobs or anything like that, to have somebody here when you people can't be here.
Hey, come on, she didn't interrupt you guys, so, really? Wow.
So I
I'm
just
sorry,
consider
I'm
the
sorry.
source,
Yeah,
that's
right.
okay, no problem. No problem.
I think there's some good points to, you know, to look at next year's budget to
Well,
see how
yeah,
we can
I mean, it
enhance
makes
services.
sense. If you're gonna do it on the other end, do it on the end for here. So when people come in, there's always somebody here.
Thank you, thank you. All right, who else from the floor?
If I could just jump onto the crosswalks thing.
Yeah, sure.
One other thing which might be a little trickier that I brought up is a reduced speed limit from 40 to 35.
Right.
And I mean 40 is slow, but people go 55, 60. I watch it all day long, so I know the process for that might be a little more complicated because it's probably county or state even.
It's state.
But I just wanted to bring that up, and then I kind of drew up some ideas for where I think the crosswalks could go. If you want to take a look at them, I can bring them up.
Nice, sure.
Is that helpful? Just ideas.
Okay, excellent, thank you. Wow, great. That one for Tom? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure one that's on his desk will move out.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, these look great.
They do.
Yeah, on, basically on both edges of the town park. Yeah, I like that.
a lot.
That's good. Very cool. Thank you. No, we can do the crosswalks. Get pricing on the, stretching and lights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Very cool. Dominic, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Nice
Yeah, no
job.
problem. Thanks. Very cool. All right, who else from the floor tonight? Yes, Ann Calabro.
Okay, last meeting you talked about something to do with the ambulance people's bathroom.
Can you speak up, please?
Last month, the town board spoke about getting the bathroom fixed for the ambulance people. And we haven't heard any follow-up on that tonight. So I was just wondering if you have any, you said you were gonna put a letter and contact him, I just wondered what happened with that.
Right, a letter was put together, the lawyer Mr. Danaher put a letter together for me to address to Mr. Bonesteel. In the meantime, Mr. Bonesteel came, did a bunch more work, the plumbing is all.
Yeah, I met with Eric. Eric's a phenomenal guy. Veteran, small business. He was flat out when he started out attacking all the projects around town. His main job as a fireman went to mandatory overtime. So anyways, putting that aside, that's what's been taking a while. All the plumbing's done, all the sheetrock's done. He mudded the walls the other day. I was texting with him earlier today. He's coming up Thursday, put another coat of mud on there. The bunk room is done pretty much in primer. So he's almost there. The grinder pumps in, like I said, all the plumbing is done. It looks like a lot to those that aren't sure what they're looking at, but there's really not much left. You can't put the sink on until the sheetrock or the taping is done, and you might as well paint it before you put the sink on, that type of stuff. So he's right close. He's been on it. Like I said, he was up here Friday. I didn't come in on Sunday to see if he was here, but I poked my head in there earlier. To those that aren't sure what they're looking at, it doesn't look like he's been here all that often. With me, I'm in there a lot. And he's been in and out, so it's real close. It's real close.
Okay, next.
Yes.
Last month, and I hate to put Jared back on the spot again, last month I mentioned the veterans thing over here in the town hall, or the town green, and it still looks really awful.
They did a lot of work.
They did a lot of
They did a lot of work
The
on it.
benches are still peeling.
The boards are on order. They've
Okay.
all new fresh boards.
That's, well, you know, so
Yeah.
I'm following up.
Yeah,
Okay, and I know you said there was weed stuff put down, but there's a lot of weeds there.
I get it,
So-
they come back.
And
They do, so I just wanted to follow up. And then the last thing is the Democratic caucus was held on the Thursday after the election. I think it was the 28th, don't remember the date. Okay, and then the Democrats decided to back Nancy LaRock for the November election on the Democratic line. So she will also be on the Democratic line as well as the Republican line. And I just wanted to say congratulations.
Just reporting, okay. We gotta be careful how much political stuff we do at a board meeting.
Okay,
So,
all right.
Right, was that it?
That was it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else report? Nancy LaRock from the.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Linda Ladway for bringing up about the maintenance man, because last year Donna Baldwin brought it up and it was kind of kibosh. Nobody was interested, so thank you, Linda, for bringing it back up.
All right, anyone else from the floor?
Can I ask, the door coming in is not for disabled. I know we have a ramp to go down here, but that door is hard to open. Shouldn't, I mean, this is a municipal building and everything, shouldn't that door be?
I think at one of the meetings when you weren't here over the winter, it was discussed, and we are in compliance, given the age of the building and the access points that we have now. So Tom would be a better one to address that. Do you guys
Same
recall?
as the post office
I do
too?
recall, but
The same as the post office too?
yeah, you're
Because that door is really hard to open.
right.
Yeah. I don't know why age of the building would, I mean, maybe on a historical building, because this isn't a historical building. But it's just, I know it's hard to open for people.
Okay, we can take a look at that. All right, anyone else? We're good? Okay, thanks everyone for your public comments. Oh, good, okay, it's part of that, oh, okay, all right.
No, it's not part of that.
No, it's not part of it.
They
It's part
do
of the
that.
services that you can get.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We've got no motions or resolutions to act on this evening. Motion, I'd like to make a motion to, no. Make a motion to pay the bills as audited. We have vouchers 236 through 280 for a total of $130,417.18. I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills. May I have a second? Seconded by Councilman Hoyt.
Councilwoman Green?
I vote yes, all except for voucher number 280. I vote no on that one because there's not enough money on the line to pay that.
Councilwoman Green is voting no on one particular voucher. What voucher is that?
Number 280,
Number 280, and what does that pertain to?
it's the truck.
The truck. Okay.
There's not enough money on the machinery, equity transfer.
Is that procedural? Is that?
That almost sounded like a line item veto.
Get the money.
I gotta be honest with you, your experience here might be different. Some places they vote each individual thing, but you guys voted as a bulk, so I
I
don't
can
know if
vote
you
no
can do
on
it.
all of them.
Yeah, why don't you note her as a no
I
vote?
vote no to all vouchers then.
All you have to do is transfer.
We don't do balance transfers though. We don't.
Okay.
Councilwoman DeShane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Supervisor Gundry?
Yes. All right, the next meetings or workshops will be held Monday, July 15th at 6 p.m. here. This is a workshop meeting with the town assessor, Craig Surprise, to go over the town's prospects for doing a reval. Monday, August 12th at 7 p.m. is our regular town board meeting. And then Saturday, August 17th is a workshop meeting for town budget and finance issues. That will also be the, sort of the first workshop in preparation for our 2025 budget. So that's Saturday, August 17th at 9 a.m. here. Okay, legislative privilege. Does anyone have anything they'd like to address?
I do.
Yes?
We overlooked the, trying to get some kind of air or something for Craig's office. I sent that to you guys earlier. I just wanted to bring that up.
We did have a plan and it didn't get done. So it wasn't satisfactory with some of the stakeholders. So we do have a quote here from Sherman Plumbing and Heating, or an estimate, I should say, to put split units, mini splits, $13,035.
Just for Craig's office, only $4,650. To do the conference room, my office, and Craig's office would be $13,035.
Emergency. With the weather like it, I would do it as an emergency.
The town attorney is suggesting we do this as an emergency and have it done. Get it done.
Great.
I'm ready to. We haven't done what we said we'd do.
With the heat the way it is.
Okay, so procedure now that we're past motions and resolutions.
You haven't closed, well, you didn't do your motion to adjourn yet, so you can still entertain this. So it's a motion as an emergency.
Everybody on board with that?
I am. We're okay doing just one vote.
We're all right?
You're doing it as an emergency.
Emergency, there you go, that covers it. So I declare the emergency right now? Okay. All right,
And is this guy available, about when would he be able to do this install? I mean, if you can't do it until December, is it?
I don't,
Are you looking at the guy?
I just got this in the email, I don't know.
So
Oh,
that's
you didn't
the phone
set this
number?
up.
I don't know who,
Vicky, this is the phone number that you sent us today in the
Yes.
text? Okay.
Well, who procured the
call
quote?
tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, who procured the quote?
Tom, as far as I know, was the one that,
I don't know, I
Actually,
just got the text from Vicky today. Got it. I think Vicky only got the email yesterday.
Well,
It's dated.
Vicky, can you guys get through with the heat and everything the way it is?
I'll do what I got to, if I have to close that.
She says she'll do what she's gotta
If
do.
Craig has to stay home, Craig stays home.
That sounds like I'm hearing it's not an emergency.
okay, so we determined it's not an emergency now.
Because we don't know when the guy can.
No, because she said she can get through this.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying, if we vote on this and the guy can't come till September.
She said she can get through this, do it the correct way, verify, when can this be done? I thought this is something she set up.
No, I got it.
No, it's just that Craig has been asking for months. For an air conditioner. Yes. And obviously, we don't know it's very hot.
Okay, all right, so we're not going to act on that. All right, anyone else have anything for legislative privilege?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I regret to inform you that I will be resigning as of September 1st. From dog control and town.
Huh?
From dog control and town.
Can't hear.
I will be resigning effective September 1st from my town clerk position and dog control for the town of Grafton. My letter will be filed with the state, the Secretary of State tomorrow.
On behalf of the board, I'd like to ask if there's any wiggle room with this, with you not doing that, because you've been a very good town clerk. A loyal public servant, and is it something that you could meet with the board and we could maybe come to some sort of resolution with? No? That's a blow, folks.
And as of when was that? September 1st. Sounds like what? Ingrid?
You were answering the question that was asked of the town clerk. You asked, yeah, I just.
I didn't answer, she asked me what date, August 9th, Molly Derman's program was, I answered that, I'm sorry.
All right,
I said all this time. So I guess some things I can say and some things I can't.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn in loving memory of Suzanne Putnam and Margaret Klaus. May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Well,